We have a call now. This person wants to be anonymous, friends with some Fullerton police officers. Is that right? Hello? Mr. Anonymous.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, John?
I'm okay. Just so you know, we just have a couple minutes, and then we got to do the Channel 5 simulcast, and then we can talk more with you on the other side of that.
No problem.
What do you know?
I actually know quite a bit. The camera that was there at the city that has a bubble dome is actually controlled by the dispatcher for Fullerton City PD, and the dispatcher actually zoomed in on the beating as it occurred.
The dispatcher zoomed in. So what do you hear is on the video?
On the video, one of the officers that has tased the suspect actually uses the butt of the taser. I don't know if you know about tasers, but they look a lot like a gun. They have a butt that would be a flat surface on the bottom. He beats the suspect with the butt of the gun until blood starts coming up all over his arms and hands on both sides.
And what's the suspect doing? I mean, what's Kelly Thomas doing at this point? To deserve
absolutely
this?
Nothing, laying on the ground.
He's laying on the ground.
And laying on the ground, that's correct.
Not resisting.
Not resisting.
Well, this may be when he's already unconscious.
Out cold.
Yeah, see?
He's already out cold, and he's getting the butt of the taser, which is like the butt of a gun, slammed into his head until blood starts spurting out everywhere.
That's a true story.
Oh, my God. And what else?
What else? One of the officers is observed on the video actually what they call drop kneeing a suspect, where the officer comes down with his knee full force, and that is actually what hits the suspect in the nose area and throat area. And I believe let's just say I believe at that point that's where his part of his throat was crushed.
Did they go?
And it's not just one time that he drop knees him.
You know, we've only got about 30 seconds, and then we're going to have to pick up on the other side. But was there a flashlight involved too?
Flashlights. From what I know, Fullerton has gone to plastic flashlights. They don't allow their officers to carry metal flashlights anymore because of all the problems that were going on up in Los Angeles and other areas.
All right, hold on a second. We got to go on Channel 5. We'll get back with our anonymous caller who's got some sources over at the Fullerton PD, and he has heard what is on the city video of that beating. And we're going to get on Channel 5 here in just moments. John and Ken Show, John Cobelt and Ken Champeau. Ken's away. We're talking with an anonymous man who called in, who has some sources at the Fullerton Police Department, has some detail on what happened to Kelly Thomas, the schizophrenic homeless man who was beaten to death by 6 Fullerton cops on the night of July 5th. The story really exploded just yesterday when the London Daily Mail published a photo of his swollen, bloody, beaten, disfigured, unrecognizable face shortly before he died. When we last left off with our anonymous caller here, he was talking about the video. The city had a video camera in the parking lot, and the dispatcher actually zoomed in on the beating live as it was happening, and word is filtered out what was on there. Apparently, after he was unconscious and not resisting in any way, one of the cops took the butt end of a taser, it's like the butt end of the gun, and started slamming it into Kelly Thomas's head until blood started spurting out. And Thomas also received a couple of what's known as knee drops, where the cop takes the knee and gets you right in the face, right in the nose and in the throat. And you got a couple of those. Is that what you said?
That's correct.
Why the silence?
I believe, I just want to say first that the majority of Fullerton police officers don't condone what happened in any way, but I believe at this point there is some non-willingness to open up because of the higher-ups in the Fullerton Police Department.
An unwillingness to open up because of the higher-ups?
That's correct.
Is the police chief interested in prosecuting these 6?
I don't believe so.
Is the police chief covering up the investigation or stalling it?
I believe there's a heavy tie between the police chief and the district attorney's office.
Well, we've been told that he's close friends with the investigator that the Orange County DA has put on the case.
Correct.
That
Did
Mike's...
you also know that a prior Fullerton police officer was the son of a high-ranking district attorney's officer who had done some theft from the city of Fullerton that was looking at about 19 felony charges that pled out to 1 count.
Well, Mike Sellers, the police chief, is supposedly, according to Fullerton'sFuture.org, a close friend of the district attorney investigator Stan Berry. Apparently, Sellers hired Berry back when Sellers was the chief at the Seal Beach Police Department, and that Berry's wife, Kristen Berry, also worked for Seal Beach as the dispatch supervisor. So obviously, if this is all true, yeah, it's a huge conflict of interest.
That's correct. And you and I both know if this would have happened up in the city of Los Angeles and it would have been a Hispanic or a black male, there probably would have been rioting by now in the streets.
Yeah, and this barely got a sniff from the news media 3 weeks ago.
And that's why it was a huge surprise to officers that work in the department that 5 officers that were involved didn't even receive a day off. So
they're still working regular duty?
5 out of 6 are currently still on patrol.
And the 6th is?
I'm not exactly sure.
We heard earlier
sick leave or something, wasn't it?
Sick leave or some type of leave that wasn't related to the case.
So
correct.
5 of the 6 cops who participated in this murderous beating are still on the streets?
Still on the street, patrolling the streets of Fullerton.
That's crazy. True. That is sickening. We've got to go. I'd love to talk with you more if you have more information. Maybe we can hook up tomorrow or as
not a problem.
All right. Thanks very much.
Wow.